Hello, are you a Black woman in a toxic job? If so, this video is for you. The title of this video, and as we'll talk about during the video, is Black Women in Toxic Jobs. Eagles do not fly with chickens. I first heard the term eagles do not fly from chickens from Dr. Ijeoma Opara, who is a brilliant Black woman physician. And it reminded me so much of Black women in toxic jobs because we sometimes are brought into a job because we have outstanding skills. We wouldn't have even got the job if we did not. And so we are in the workplace and we often experience pet to threat. If you have not heard me talk about that, I talk about pet to threat a lot in some of my previous videos on my YouTube channel, Lifting As We Climb Consulting Wellness Services. And if you have not heard of Pet to Threat was originally created by the term, and the research was done by three Black women researchers, Dr. Juanita Johnson Bailey, Dr. Keisha Thomas, and Dr. Rosemary Phelps. So Pet to Threat deals with when a Black woman is brought into a job situation because of her outstanding skills and she is thriving. She's doing very well, right? Because she is overqualified many times for the job. And so she's treated like the pet. Oh, she's so smart. Oh, we love her. She's awesome. Okay. And then the Black woman starts outshining other people, and other people start becoming intimidated by her. And what you might experience for yourself and or what you may have observed is that then the focus and the energy becomes on seeing the Black woman as a threat. Okay. So when I talk about our experiences in the workplace, for those of us who've experienced pet to threat, that we are eagles. So we are soaring, we are eagles, we are just doing it, right? But what happens is that we're surrounded with chickens. So chickens who want to be at an eagle level, but they know that they're not. So sometimes you'll hear people say, oh, you're so intimidating. And I've talked about this before in my previous videos, is that you are not intimidating. They are intimidated because many times they are deeply insecure. Okay. So sometimes what I've heard from Black women and even myself is that when we're in these situations, sometimes we dim our light. We dim our light because we can tell that other people are uncomfortable around us. We can or we maybe have received a message that we need to tone it down. There's some research that I actually saw on LinkedIn talking about when Black people praise in terms of talking about what they contribute to the job or highlighting their talents. Even though other groups are praised for that, Black people are discouraged from doing that and actually punished for doing that. So again, many times as Black women, we not only receive the message in terms of how people treat us about dimming our light, the need to dim our light, but we have seen or heard people telling us to dim our light. So that goes back to, are you in a workplace where you are told that you need to dim your light? Are you an eagle? And the chickens around you, are they telling you to dim your light? If so, I want you to really pause and think to yourself and reflect, is this the best place for me? Because when you are in situations like that, it's highly unlikely that you will grow. It's highly unlikely because you are dimming your light. So you are not allowed to soar. Okay. So if you're in that situation, I have some tips for you. Okay. So one is, if you are not already in therapy, it may be a good idea to go into therapy to process this so that you don't start internalizing how people are treating you as a reflection of who you are. Okay. So that's something that a toxic job can do to you. And that's one of the signs that I knew it was time for me to go, because it was like I started self gaslighting myself. And that's one of the videos on my YouTube channel, in terms of what happens when people get in your head and you start gaslighting yourself. So the environment is gaslighting you, and then you also start self gaslighting yourself. Okay. So again, options, therapy. Other options are Can you reality test about your experience with other people that you truly trust? And I would say, please do not talk to people at the workplace about this because you never know what people in the workplace may end up doing. Okay. So, can you talk to other people outside of the job about your experience? And can they reality test? Can they validate what you're experiencing is accurate? Okay. Even if they're not there, a lot of Black women have had similar experiences. So your friends, your family, they can probably be the ones to reality test with you if you truly trust them about what you're going through. Okay. So that's another option. And then lastly, I want to share the option. So therapy, reality tests with those you trust, not in the workplace. Okay. And then the other option is a master class that S. Amory Archer and I are facilitating together. So S. Amory Archer is the anti-HR HR lady. She is an HR consultant and an attorney. So the two-part masterclass that we'll be offering is 90 minutes. So it's 2 days back to back in June. And so Amory will be talking about the HR component, and then I'll be talking about the psychological component. So the mental health component, the healing part of it. Okay. So if you're interested in the masterclass, and the name of the masterclass is Save Yourself, Channel Your Inner Harriet, so that you can get out of that hostile, toxic job with your sanity and your coins. Okay, so how do you get your mind right? How do you clear out that psychological garbage so that you can identify what your next steps are and you can pivot and get there and possibly leave with your coins too from the job? So if you're interested in the masterclass, again, I will put that information in the description section of this video. And if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. Lifting Us We Climb Consulting Wellness Services. And in closing, I want you to remember that you are an eagle. You need to soar with eagles. If situations are telling you to dim your light, that is not the place for you. Okay, that is not the place for you. You need to be in an environment where you can soar and you will continue to grow and you will continue to thrive. Okay, you do not need to be in an environment where deeply insecure people who lack courage are telling you to dim your light. That is not the place for you, sis. Okay, so I hope that you recognize you need better and that you make steps to get better. Okay, so take care. Bye bye.